PlayStation 5 Pro. Let's go! Give it that NWO music. Now, I'm going to go ahead and... Y'all see the prices behind me. It ain't much more I gotta say. Like, the prices is right behind me. Look at that. Ooh-wee! That is an expensive beast. If I do say so myself. Is it just me, or is that an expensive beast? I think it's pretty expensive. Let's go ahead and pull up. So, after months of speculation, Sony has officially revealed the PlayStation 5 Pro, launching on November 7th, 2024, for $700 smackaroos. This upgraded version of the PS5 is designed to be the most powerful PlayStation console to date, featuring significant hardware improvements aimed at enhancing gaming performance. The PS5, excuse me guys, I might need another drink after that. That was crazy. Let me go ahead and The PS5 Pro includes a 2TB SSD, a DualSense controller, and a digital copy of Astro's Playroom. It supports new technology like PlayStation Spectral Super Resolution for AI upscaling, allowing for higher frame rates without sacrificing visual quality, and includes Wi-Fi 7 support. Now, the console is digital only, but you can purchase an attachable disc drive for $80. It supports 8K resolution, though few games currently utilize that capability. Several major games such as Last of Us Part 2, Spider-Man 2, and Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart are confirmed to receive performance upgrades with the PS5 Pro, along with 8,500 backward-compatible PS4 titles that will also benefit from improved performance. All right. Hi. I got it out the way, Sony. I did it. I gave you your props, Sony, as much as I didn't want to, okay? I gave it up to you, man. I ain't gonna lie. The PS5 seems like it's PS5 Pro, excuse me. I'm gonna get to my chat, too, because I want to make sure I see what the chat's saying. You know, I got to keep the chat on deck. You know what I'm saying? Not on deck, on deck. All right? One thing I want to say. All right, there we go. Got the chat back. Now, I want to get to a couple of these chats, right? Not bad for PS5 Pro. I thought it was going to be more. My man King Joshua. Dap me up, King Joshua. Thought it was going to be more, man. I ain't going to lie, King Joshua. That price seems like the normal price to me. I'm not mad. For a PlayStation system being the PS5 Pro, I thought that I would have guessed that price. So I'm not mad at you. $700 is what I would have said. $800 for the bigger version or something like that, you know, if they got something else. Right? PS5 Pro bigger version or something. I don't know. But $700 right now. I thought it was going to be $1,200. I ain't gonna lie, the way they charging for systems. Joe, the only way I would pay $700 plus is for a hacked PS5, not a patch one. This is a joke. Ooh, my man Joe said that's a joke. $700, they crazy. The fact that they're stating improved support for PlayStation 4 games is pointless. I agree, because I don't see how much improved it's going to be. It's not, it looks a pixel better. Like, I don't understand. I don't know where they're going with that one, but I have to wait and see. All right. No one's buying the PS4 version of a game if they have it on PlayStation 5. Preach. Guarantee. You seen that Sega meme about it cost $100 and those 60 frames per second natively? Neo, what's going on? Dap me up. What's going on, Neo? Now, I'm going to be honest. The PlayStation 5 Pro is going to be a beast for graphic enthusiasts. Y'all, I am a sucker for beautiful graphics. I love my Series X. Shout out Microsoft. Dap me up, Microsoft. I'll give you Wolfpack. Microsoft give Wolfpack music, y'all, because I'm a Microsoft fanboy. This is Sony's segment. I had to get that out of the way. But it is a must-have for graphic enthusiasts. I do think this is going to be beautiful. I think the AI upscaling is going to be beautiful, too. That's me. I might be jumping the gun on that. Some of you may have seen it already. But I think that it is going to have a better look on these 65, 75-inch TVs, and it's going to look beautiful. I do think that with the PlayStation 5 Pro. I'm a Sony hater. For those who don't know, this is very difficult for me. I don't like to give Sony props. I used to be a Sony guy. And then I became a hater because I simply jumped off the bandwagon. That's it. It was nothing Sony did. You didn't do nothing, Sony. I jumped off the bandwagon. When you do that, you got to jump off. You got to jump fully off. You can't half jump. I don't half step shit. I fully jumped off the bandwagon. Screw you, Sony! And I did a backflip into the Microsoft boat. Okay? That's what I did. But this is good. But there's one thing I do got to say. I think $700 for this may be unnecessary. Y'all, this might be me. PlayStation 5 Pro might be ahead of its time. That's just me. I think it's too early. I think they should have waited a little bit for the PlayStation 5 Pro. Now, one thing's for certain, they're trying to nail in those dollars before Christmas. Okay? And I don't think there's many other consoles to compete with the PlayStation 5 Pro. You're going to have a couple other consoles, but PlayStation 5 Pro might be on its own island. So that is a benefit. But I think anyone who has a PlayStation 5 is not going to get a Pro unless there's some sort of buyback program. There are many users who have PlayStation 4s because there are a lot of games that come out for PlayStation 5 that are still coming out for PlayStation 4, and they're fine. That's why Microsoft is still making games compatible for Xbox One. Like, I'm like, damn, okay. All right, so that's just me. I want to get to some of these other comments, too. The only positive thing I can say about the PlayStation 5 Pro is its new technology, and it has 2 terabytes of memory. If that's worth $200 plus, I don't know if that's enough for me. Well said, Keithy. It's dapped me up. A lot of people, you see it. A lot of people are complaining about that price. It's too hefty. Now, my man King Joshua said 700. I pretty much expected 700. You know what I mean? In Canada, it works out to 1,073 Canadian. Woo! In economy where everyone's broke. These are going to gather dust on the shelves. Yo, we got everybody preaching about this price, bro. We got everybody preaching about this price. It's a little too much. If this is legit next-gen console, then maybe I can see it being worth it. But that's a bitch too much. We need games, not a $700 system. Yo, this is nasty. Now, we want to get on to the next subject because I do want to get to the last one because, we're on time. We're doing great on time, but we're getting there. I want to say, you guys in the comments, I agree with everybody. I don't think anyone said a comment I don't agree with yet. King Joshua, even that he said I expected $700, I did expect $700. I think if you would have priced it lower, like let's say you would have priced it at $600, you still put it too close to a PlayStation 4 price. And if someone has a decision to buy a PlayStation 5, I shouldn't have said PlayStation 4. If they have a decision between a PlayStation 5 or a PlayStation 5 Pro, they're going to get a PlayStation 5 Pro because it's $100, more or something like that. What is the PlayStation 5 going for right now, guys? Let me see that. PlayStation 5 brand new, right? Because it's been a while. PlayStation 5, right? Buy new. If you buy a PlayStation 5 right now, brand new, you're looking at about $499 to $449, okay? $499, $449. You might get it on sale certain other places, but $449 to $499. So you're talking about $500. So if you do $600, I think for a PlayStation 5 Pro, given all that extra for it, I don't know. That's just me. That might be a little too much. So I think this is how I combat that. I think it should be $700, but I think you drop the price of the PlayStation 5. Okay? You drop it $100. Therefore, you give more incentive for people to buy PlayStation 5s. And if they want to go to the more higher quality, right? As you know, a lot of us guys do. We getting older. We like to go big or go home, right? So they're going to get the PlayStation 5. The Pro, excuse me. Now, Solo, what if NVIDIA hooks up Nintendo with powerful stuff at huge discount and Switch 2 becomes more than the PlayStation 5 Pro and cheaper to make games? Sony wouldn't see that coming. Yo, Sony would not see that coming. Now, I'm going to be honest, Solo. I think Nintendo is famous for coming up with hardware schematics very early and using hardware earlier than expected. So I think this system is going to be outdated upon release. That is me. I do think it's going to be a great system. I do think it's going to be a little more powerful. I do think it's going to be optimized perfectly. I don't doubt Nintendo for doing that. They're great at that. I'm curious to see more about the Switch 2 before I talk. I'm curious to see more. All right. No Nintendo hardware will ever come close to current gen. 500 to 700 is a big jump, okay? What does Sony have other than Astrobot? They had the Killzone. No one's heard of that since the last one came out 12 or 13 years ago. Preach. No one's heard that. $300 for 2 terabytes, and you can get 2 terabytes for $190. He preaching right now. He preaching, but we don't know the speed. Hey, the speed might be different, though. What speed we talking about, Magnus? Speed matters, okay? We're going to go into the next subject because this one's going to be quick, and then we got Choose Your Fate. The Choose Your Fate segment, everybody's going to be tuned in. Everybody's going to have an input. I do not know anyone that's going to not have an input on the Choose Your Fate segment. It's going to be very special and our first time doing it. So, now, last word I'm going to say before I move on. $700, I think, guys, I think it's a fair price if you drop the price of the PlayStation 5. If you do not drop the price of the PlayStation 5, I agree. The Pro may be a bit overpriced. I think maybe making it $600. But if you're going to drop the price of the PlayStation 5 to $400, I do think you should also have the PlayStation 5 around $600. You know what I mean? Or bring it down that way. $700 is expensive as hell for a system, bro. Like, Neo Geo back in the 90s was $600. In the 90s. So just think of that, okay? And now we're years from that, and we're still talking $700 for a console. That's crazy.